Thank you very much, Madam Chair. As you probably know, there are many honors that are afforded to a member of Congress, and certainly many more to the Speaker of the House. But nothing surpasses the honor of being with the Black Caucus today, when we have seen a step in the right direction for justice done. Earlier, around 3 o'clock, I spoke to the family to say to them, thank you. God bless you for your grace and your dignity, for the model that you are, for appealing for justice in the most dignified way. They are in search of justice then, and now they see this giant step. But as our colleagues have said, it's not over. They complimented the Congressional Black Caucus for its role that it has played in all of this. They're eager to see Karen Bass's George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed and signed by the president into law. All of them. Well, Polonius has become a star. Rodney and Terrence, the brothers. Bridget is their sister. We all know Ketta, who's the force of nature within the family. But Gianna, his daughter, Gianna, to see this justice on behalf of her father. His name synonymous with justice and dignity and grace and prayerfulness. And prayerfulness. So we thank God. We thank Jesus, because we were praying to him all along. Right, Donna? We thank God. They are people of faith. They conveyed that to me on the phone, but they've conveyed it all along. So as it'll be 8 weeks, according to what the judge said on this, before we know the sentencing, but that's part of the justice of it all as well. Mr. Clyburn has been a solid, steady force for all of us here, because this was a traumatic. My little granddaughter, who just turned 12, she said, why is it taking so long? It didn't take that long, but we all saw it on TV. We saw it happen. And thank God the jury validated what we saw. So again, thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice.
Oh, no.
For being there to call out to your mom. How heartbreaking was that? Call out for your mom. I can't breathe. But because of you, and because of thousands, millions of people around the world who came out for justice, your name will always be synonymous with justice. And now we have to make sure justice prevails in the sentencing, but that's its own procedure. Our responsibility is to make sure that Karen Bass, who has been so open to justice with the bill that she put together, she wrote, and now trying to find areas of agreement in the Senate. Because unless we can change the law, this will be an episode. We change the law, we're going down a different path altogether. So thank you, Madam Chair Beatty, for your great leadership in all of this, for being a steady voice, and keeping some of us who just were calling constantly, did you hear anything or whatever, in a place where we could follow the lead of the family. Grace, dignity, prayerfulness, but having a rage for justice, which is what we all have. With that, I yield back to the distinguished chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. And let's hear it for the Congressional Black Caucus. That's an applause line.
Thank you.
And as we continue from Mar-a-Lago, my exclusive interview with the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, I want to know this question.
Hell no.
What do you...
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear it? What up to Brother Cam? Welcome.
Islam, what's happening?
Hey, Brother Cam.
What's going on? Hey, what's happening?
Not much now. Just sitting back, waiting on Willa to bring me up to date with current affairs. You know, I don't watch the news, so.
Mhm.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm just getting it together for telling Faye what's been going down. Excuse me. But yeah, that video cam was of Nancy Pelosi and how she was on camera caught saying thank you George Floyd for sacrificing your life for justice.
Yep. Yep.
What? I would have been heated if man.
But see, that's the thing about that, Sister Wilhelmina. What we're not understanding that's a freaking. This is the Matrix,
Right.
and they're putting out programs so that the archonic entity can feed off your emotional trauma.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
As human, as human beings having a spiritual experience, we know that the human side of us is affected by that bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you being you being a spiritual being that's practicing self-mastery, you understand that this world is a script and is being played out continuously and constantly every single fucking day.
Right.
All the words are stage.
You understand what I'm saying? This is what Shakespeare said. And all the actors are playing their parts out. He didn't say that shit for nothing. That means something.
Right. All the world is a stage.
So we can't get emotionally attached to it when we really know what the world is about. That's collateral damage. That's nothing.
Absolutely.
So we just have to move on. We see that shit and we have to move on and keep on working on ourselves.
Exactly.
Perfecting.
Exactly. And to piggyback on what you just said a little earlier on that, the energy, the archons and all that type of stuff, that is exactly what is happening. Because not only that, but also on a energy level, that since we're talking about energy, the more that us melanated people, we wake up in the world. Excuse me, y'all. Do y'all know that the more that our people are waking up, we are the reason that the ice caps are melting? Y'all believe me if I told y'all that? Due to the vibration.
I haven't heard that perspective, but go ahead.
Yeah, somebody else said it one time, few years ago to me. Or I heard it from, I can't remember who I heard it from, but I remember someone said it just like that. It's like the more that we as melanated beings wake up out here, we have the ability, because we are naturally so connected to Mother Earth in a way, we actually have the ability to change the atmosphere, the climate of the atmosphere that we are in. But it only happens when we are all like on the same vibrational type of way, which is why you always hear millennials talking about, oh, this is a vibe right here. Vibe this, vibe that. For some reason, that vibe is like the vocabulary word of the year, I guess, for people. But last few years, they've been saying that about stuff that make them feel good, their favorite music, new music, new song, new this, new that, whatever, it's a vibe. And then that's when it hit me. It started to make sense what this person said when they said that, due to the power that our melanin has, when we are all in conjunction as a collective, all together at once, we can impact Mother Nature to the point where if we concentrating hard enough with our energy, we actually are changing the energy, the environment. So say for instance, y'all know about the volcanoes that's been blowing up and erupting like every year for the past, what, 5, 6 years or so by now.
Yeah.
Volcanoes are starting to erupt. Some of them haven't erupted in thousands of years, they say, or hundreds or whatever. But
Yeah.
due to the time that we're in, which is the age of Aquarius, we've made it to the point of the age of Aquarius where we've got our legs together under us and our balance. We're on that path where we're no longer like toddler babies crawling on the floor. We're like standing up now, learning how to walk with it. You know, like Bambi did when Bambi was a doe, right? Remember how in the movie Bambi had to get her legs together and learn how to stand up straight on them? That same type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, they
Because
threw another.
Well, I was just like,
go ahead, Si.
oh, I'm sorry, Brother Cam, but I was just like to, elaborate on what you just said and the frequency and all of that. So the day, if I'm correct, what I'm understanding the story is, so they gave George Floyd's verdict yesterday, and everybody was celebrating.
right.
Okay, and they're all excited and happy, thought they won. So they had to cut their energy by showing that stage event, which I think both of them were staged. That's just me. I don't, to bring that energy down. They put people,
Go ahead, continue.
So I just want to, I was just wanting to point that out, and what I was telling my daughter when she was bringing this to my attention today when she came over, what I told her, I said, you know what, if that's not your assignment, as far as you're not going to bring a lawsuit against what happened, you're not going to be the one to research and help the team or whatever, then why are you so concerned about it?
Leave that shit alone.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Leave it alone, because if you're not going to be part of the solution, then it's no need to involve yourself in that paradigm of what's going on over there. Not that I'm saying that that I agree or disagree with what happened, or the man should have tased or whatever the case. I don't have no dog in that fight, because I'm not going to be an active participant in making sure that something's going to be done about it. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
That's not my fight.
Right.
So I'm not going to spend energy on it, since that's not my fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does that make any sense?
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
it does. I made a couple of posts on that about all that old, celebrating and yahooing and acting like a fool.
Right.
And I said something to the effect in the post that I can't remember exactly, but I said something to the effect that what I just spoke on a little minute ago, that the world is a stage. These are programs being played out. See, while we was waiting on,
absolutely,
while we was waiting on that verdict, that little young girl got killed, 15 years old.
Right.
So they threw that distraction out there again, another one.
Right. I was just saying how that they was gearing up for that. I was telling Faye before you got to the show, Cam, about how Maxine Waters, we ain't seen Maxine Waters most of 2020 all year. And we haven't seen her for the most part of 2021. However, all of a sudden, Sunday, here she is on TV in front of the news camera, and reporters talking about telling the people that's up there. She went and crossed state lines and went up there, Cam, talking about if Monday the judge and the jury don't give the correct verdict, you as a people have the ability to make a change and take to the streets.
Yep. Yeah.
Now,
And
ain't that
somebody
exactly
wind up taking to the streets too.
right?
Did you see where that lady that had her on the news where she was sitting in the middle of the street?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, this was an African. And she stopped her car in the middle of a big 4-lane busy highway, stopped her car, got out, and sat in the street
Up there?
protesting the verdict, showing her solidarity. And she had a dress on, sitting in the street, and all them police came, about 6, 7 police came, and the people all started, pulling their cameras out, filming her. And this one melanated sister came over there, speaking on her behalf, hollering and screaming while she was taking the video, screaming at them to leave her alone. She's protesting, that's her right.
Right.
And the African lady was doing the same thing. Get the fuck away from me, motherfucker, fuck you.
Right.
And it was just a thing. It was a program,
Right. You know what they remind me of?
Just like Sister Faye said about that, why are you involved in that? What are you gonna do? What is that doing for you?
Right.
How is that helping anyone?
Right.
You
Exactly.
just feeding the archonic energy, man.
Uh-huh.
Continuing the program.
Right.
Get out the way.
Right. Soon as you said that about the woman in the street, I immediately thought about this again. Remember this woman? About what was it's been? How long it's been? Maybe 2, 3 years, 4 years, probably. Woman from Africa, I forget which country, climbed the Statue of Liberty, and when they got her down and arrested her, sent her to jail, and then she got out, she told people on camera, she was like, "I'm standing in solidarity with Black people in America and the injustice that they face."
Not gonna do nothing.
She need to be over the world about her own country.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not gonna do nothing. If you want to change something, that's where you got to do it in your country.
Right. That's what I don't understand. Why are they always coming to America as refugees, running from their homeland that they born into? And instead, what do? They come here to America, go to high school, college, whatever. Next thing you know, they in American politics, running for congressmen and representatives and shit. What the fuck?
That shit is called a psyop.
You got your own nation across the world that you need to have your ass over there trying to be worried about fixing. And here you are in our country, on our land, trying to change the rules and shit and make laws and legislation for us that's born and raised here, that are actually tied to this land. And with that, I like to yield and say, welcome to my co-host, Oliver Jackson Bay, or the Drop Squad. We in business. How we cooking with grease?
Welcome, Oliver.
Sister Faye, brother Cam, Sister Willa, peace and love and light to everybody. Peace and paradise.
Peace.
Islam.
Peace and love.
And to the audience, Islam. Shalom, shalom, inshallah, Allahu Akbar, namaste. Well, let's see. I must have caught in on something good.
We just
and Brother Cam just said something, one key word that equals up to all the madness that's been happening the past few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
PSYOPs. That's exactly what's going on right now.
Right. Political theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a brief story. Yesterday when I was at work, mostly all my coworkers was all gathered up around the big TVs and stuff inside the cafeteria around 4:30, waiting for the verdict of the shit show called the Derek Chauvin trial and stuff. So as we know, Yeah, guilty on all 3 counts, and everybody's all jubilant. You know what I saw that really made me sick?
Right.
Outside of Minneapolis, I seen somebody literally throwing up dollar bills at a memorial. They painted memorial for George Floyd. I mean, making it rain at the memorial and all this. But I'm telling some of my coworkers, Cam, I'm telling everybody, I say, y'all happy about a conviction, but that hasn't, what's going to be the sentence?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, what's the sentence going to be? Because see, I'm gonna tell, because I told him, I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but look here, we got, when it comes down to civics, when it comes down to lawful things, they don't deal with emotion. Because see, look what happened with the psyops. With the psyops that happened before that verdict. Didn't Mad Max Waters, aka James Brown, took her Mama Jefferson ass down there to Minnesota to incite a riot.
Just said.
And you already knew that the Democrats already were going to go ahead and defend them, right along with big tech, right along with fake news, especially CNN suck, to not silence her and give her a pass.
Right.
In which they did. And this ain't the first time. I had to do some more digging today on Maxine Waters, and come to find out, I was real shocked about this. Get this, squad.
What's that?
She did the same thing back in 1992.
Rodney King. Stop.
Psyop.
Rodney King. Let's see. Oh my God.
The whole world is a stage.
It's a stage. It's a show.
Maxine Waters comments during Rodney King riots resurfaced amid confrontational controversy. Lord, let's see. Hold up. Oh my God. Let's see. Video of Maxine Waters comments during the Rodney King riots. Okay.
Yeah, look at that tweet down there from Priest Promoter Pozo.
Oh,
there it is right there. Yeah, right there on C-SPAN. Play that.
Here,
all right.
9 people are dead. My last count this morning, before I tried to get some sleep, was over 50-something fires raging all over Los Angeles.
He says now that she has said all of this, it's putting doubt in the jury.
Wait.
Chad Pergram does a story today. It's on FoxNews.com. All
right. Sorry about that. Get back.
The fire started in my district, and one of the largest was right around the corner from my house. There are scores of injuries.
Wait, did she say lodges, as in Freemason lodge? Or am I tripping?
No, go back and play it again. Play it again. Make see like that. I didn't get that part.
Yeah.
From my house. There are scores of injuries and still anger and frustration, and people who plan on staying on the streets and expressing their outrage and anger in any way they deem necessary. There are those who would like for me and others and all of us to tell people to go inside, to be peaceful, that they have to accept the verdict. I accept the responsibility of asking people not to endanger their lives. I am not asking people not to be angry. I am angry, and I have a right to that anger, and the people out there have a right to that anger. We don't want anybody killed. None of us believe in violence, but there's some angry people in America, and young Black males in my district are feeling at this moment, if they could not get a conviction with the Rodney King video available to the jurors, that there can be no justice in America.
I swear I thought I heard her say something about a lodge. Hold on. I know I'm not
You didn't go back far enough, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you sure didn't.
My bad. Let's go from the top.
As I stand here, 9 people are dead. My last count this morning, before I tried to get some sleep, was over 50-something fires raging all over Los Angeles. The fires started in my district, and one of the largest was right around the corner from my house. There are scores of injuries and still anger and frustration, and people who plan on staying on the streets and expressing their outrage and anger in any way
I
they
don't think she said it.
I think
Yeah, she said largest.
large. Yeah,
She
okay.
said she said largest. Yeah.
Large. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard
But
it.
yeah, but the point is, like, this ain't her first rodeo or whatever. And then on top of that, what she actually did, that was illegal, you know, because the jurors themselves weren't sequestered. So, you know, like that's part of the judge's fault too. Because I mean, when I mean sequestered, meaning they shouldn't even been having access to no social media, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, no TikTok, no or Rumble or whatever, YouTube or whatever. And before you know it, that's how these people found out where them jurors lived at and all that, especially when I heard about the part about Black Lives Matter protesters found one juror's house, I think it was an ex-cop or something. They smeared their whole front door with a head of a dead pig, but with blood from the head of a dead pig or something like that.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Goodness.
Yeah,
man.
so hey, you know, ain't really got nothing to do with us.
Where did they get that idea from? You know, that ain't even our people MO. You know what I'm saying? That's not even our people MO.
No, of course not. We all know. I'm talking about the real black people, the Albion hybrids.
That's some Old Testament.
Yeah, that's some Old Testament stuff. Like that when that happened.
Yeah, that's the most southern. That's the most southern.
Grand Wizard.
Christian folk.
That's some Southern Christian folks. Yeah, exactly.
Good old boys.
Right.
Yeah,
the good old
they brought their practices up there to the Twin City up there in Minneapolis. You know, but I want on that tip with Chauvin, and I stated this. I had posted it on my Instagram page that the person that everybody seen being handcuffed and all that was not actually Chauvin. People don't pay attention to actors.
Right.
Again, Cam said it best. PSYOPs. It's a movie. So you got your actors right there.
And then the thing on the back of his hand, I was tripping off of that when I saw it from you. The marks. Like, what the hell is that?
Marks of the beast.
Tiger stripes?
Yeah.
Supposed to emulate him getting scratched up by a tiger or something? What the hell is that?
No. Mark of beast. So meaning that they're involved in pedophilia or something like that. If it's not on this one, it's on the other one.
Okay.
It's on the other one.
Let's see.
Oh, your other page. The other page?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, I know everybody taking a laugh for Maxine Water with the face of the QAnon shaman.
Let me show this to him.
That number, well, you got it.
Lord have mercy. The year of the ox.
Yeah.
That one, that post right there next to that post that you got on there with her in that suit, the one where you was doing it, looked like you was at work. Right there with your picture on. That one right there?
Yeah, no, I was at work. I was that was my address to a certain somebody that disrespected with dissing the Moors and stuff. So I just mentioned her without mentioning her. You know.
Nah, that's what I said. That's what I was saying. We spoke on that on our last meeting about that young lady.
Yeah.
But I was just saying I reposted that video right there on my page.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Because I said like I think I'm gonna watch some National Geographic.
Right.
Watching the pride of lions beat up a giraffe.
Right. And then you pointed out the whatchamacallit case.
Yeah.
That you had on the locker.
Oh yeah, the Dred Scott case.
Yeah, the Dred Scott case.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can.
I'm sorry. Willa, I don't think I got it on here. If I did,
Okay.
yeah. If I did, I don't have it. I didn't have it on there. All right. I don't know if I did. Did I recently print? I know I posted it, but oh no, it's right here with the third one in the top row.
This.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Yeah.
Y'all do know that the actor who just got found guilty was not the same killer on video with a knee on another actor's neck, right? And you scroll over, look at the difference.
Right. And that goes right back to what I was saying about why they got us wearing these masks during this so-called fake ass epidemic. They doing face switching and body switching and shit.
Yeah. And there's the ultimate right there.
The nose. The nose.
Not
the
the nose.
The ears, my bad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing right there.
Yeah. Wow. Situation, man.
Go ahead, oh.
Yeah, these those are actors, and just soon as that happened, then you have the thing that's already transpiring right now in Columbus, Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, actually, we found out Cam she's 16, but I mean, nonetheless, what happened? What happened. Because if anything, like you already got the media, the mainstream media already spinning it into a racial narrative, and it's bad when you got the imposter sitting in the studio White House, Bozo Biden, and Camel Toe Harris, along with their press secretary Raggedy Ann Jen Psaki, talking about saying that she was a child and all this other stuff, but nobody is not pointing out the fact that this girl had a knife and she was getting ready to go ahead and stab and kill the other girl.
Thank you. Or the fact that the family should have been the one to break up the dead fight in the first place, not waiting on the cops coming in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where were they at? I mean, nowhere in the picture. I seen one guy there. I don't know why he didn't get in between that.
They just stand there.
Huh? Well, I'm sorry, Ken, what you were saying?
I was just saying he's standing there looking with his pants hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Now with the cop, he came in and had to make a split-second decision. He had, because she had lethal weapons. He saved the other girl's life. That's just sworn duty was supposed to. But then within a few hours, Black Lives Matter is already there. Oh, and by the way, did I mean to tell you that LeBron James just put out a tweet?
Yeah.
A picture of the cop said, "You're next."
Yep.
I'm like,
Martin Luther King reposted that. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. I'm like, LeBron, you already 0 for 3, man. You ain't really like.
I'm sick of these athletes being like sit down.
When they was hollering and screaming at that dude, at that policeman, I guess he got a lot of attitude and he said, "Blue lives matter."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I heard him say that. Definitely that, yeah.
Who, LeBron? He said that, or somebody? Wait.
No, LeBron tweeted
that young lady.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. LeBron had tweeted it, and then all of a sudden he took it down.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these
But
folks, I don't even have time and energy to keep putting into that mess, man.
no, nobody don't really care.
It's,
Nobody really don't
Jesus Christ.
it just,
because
oh, go ahead.
because people, yeah, people like with LeBron, you know, all this. I call it fake wokeism, and he is a woke supremacist. If that's even a term or whatever, but we
Right.
just gonna use it for the show tonight. Like they come out and they use social media to go ahead to blurt out something, but don't even do the research or even get all the facts,
Right.
you know, or jump, you know, everybody want to jump to conclusions and all this, and they trying to, you know, it's just too this. And then on top of that, they still trying to, but at the same time, they still keeping a lot of our people subjugated under that black label.
Damn.
You know, I say, you know, we've been telling people this for what? How long? Years?
Decades.
You know, that y'all need to correct y'all status. You know, then he just put a tweet up just recently saying, you know, he said he tired of getting so-called black people getting shot down and all. More confusion. That's just more confusion. It's just I can't even keep a straight face with seeing all this. You know, the buffoonery and the foolishness. You know, and then I had one guy like he called us up, challenged me. I said like, oh, well, what the Moors are gonna do about this and all this stuff. And I just responded to him. I say, we gonna do what we do best. We gonna study.
Right.
And we gonna go and we gonna do our thing by love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
All day long.
Upright, independent, and fearless.
All day long. Five to the left, two to the right. As simple as that.
Yeah. How about you try to go ahead and take some accountability for their actions and try to correct y'all status?
Right.
Get your affairs in order.
I'm glad you said that. Can we talk for a minute about like it? I don't know. It might just be me, but this is how I feel on a spiritual tip. I feel like we know Timothy Drew Ali, peace be upon him, is our prophet, right?
Right.
We know that he left behind a legacy for us that would take care of us for centuries.
Facts.
Because he told us straight up who we were. In a time where we ain't even have information flowing like we do now, where information is just so infinite all over the place. But anyway, I feel like spiritually, the reason that a lot of these so-called killings, whether they real or just more political theater playing into their narrative. However, on a spiritual level, it's where I need all my L's come in and talk to me. On a spiritual level, it feels like the reason that we are seeing so many of these fucked up situations happening almost day after day, back to back, the way we are is because Allah, at the bottom line, it seems like Allah is trying to tell us something. Us being the Moors, trying to tell us, give us a message that, hey, I'm trying to tell y'all to do what I told you to do, and that's study the law, lay the law down, know thyself, and know how to run your own household, your nation, your tribe. Period.
Facts.
Is it just me? Or do y'all feel that way in a way too? Let me know. Talk to me.
I definitely feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, the one thing I learned when I was in 12th grade at Northwestern in high school, and I was taking up American government, learning about civics. One of the things my American government teacher, Mr. Neff, who was an Albion, told me flat out, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Damn.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
Laws, and it tells you right in the Circle 7, Chapter 1. Laws govern all events.
Right.
All law. Nature, universal law, nature, divine law, nature's law, common law, constitutional law, contract law,
Right.
law governs all events, and ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right. And the reason. Oh, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
No, continue. Go ahead. No, you was gonna say something. Say.
I was gonna say, the reason I brought that up, I was looking at an old clip from Brother Asir on YouTube. His lecture, Continental Monumental, I believe, and he explained just that. Right. Thank you, bro. What show that the title of that again for us? What's that? Are you
confused? Confused about law? You can get this one to everybody in the show here. Cam, Faith, get this one on riseofthemoors.org. My brother Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey, he the one that wrote this. Very good book, simplistic, everything. If you're confused about law, this will do it. Yeah, highly recommend it.
Rise of the Moors. That's them brothers be having them pistols and them choppers and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
M16 it up. Yep.
Good people.
Yeah, but I feel like that. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. No, they good people. Go ahead, Willie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna finish saying I feel like what we are witnessing is Allah trying to give us a message that, hey, it's time for y'all to get into position, get into the courtroom, get into the law room,
get into the law library, that sort of thing.
I just cannot shake that. I really do feel, I get that feeling each time the news come on and they talk about another killing, another shooting of a so-called Black person. I'm at the point where I don't even care to listen.
It circled back to what Cam said. PsyOps working got so many different tentacles like an octopus. And one of those PsyOps is like this. We're going to have the fake news media go ahead and put out, oh, it was a random shooting here, it was a random shooting there. Keep everybody distracted and not focused and not grounded.
Right.
And another part of that PsyOps too is with this stupid ass vaccine. That's another part of it right though.
Right.
Now, people start dropping like flies after they took it. Notice that how they closing down a lot of those sites as of late.
Right. Left and right.
So this is part of the what you call it? It's part of the PsyOps. It's silent weapons for quiet wars.
That's it.
King Alfred plan.
Right. The quiet weapon.
Still in full swing. Still in this.
Right.
Yep. I just posted that book right there as well.
Yep.
Just trying to make people think and see stuff, man.
Oh, you got it up? My bad. I didn't see it. Put it back up for the folks. Did you have it up? The book? Or y'all were just talking about it? Okay.
No, he just mentioned the book, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Trying to find it's this one clip I want y'all to really see because it's talking exactly about that in this show. Mr. World go to his little headquarters and he had one of his minions working and they got this like what is it called when generals gather around the table and they study the war, the map of where they got to go to battle at, like the war room or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they call it, a war room. Yeah.
And the guy that was in there holding the place, he was like telling Mr. World, that is, about the type of incidences that he could spark right away to incite some type of riot and make the people go crazy in the streets and shit and just start tearing shit up as like a distraction of some sort. I wished I had it. I had it. I'm gonna find it though tonight. I'm gonna find it. I know I say that a lot, but I'm serious about it this time because that is exactly what's happening. It's every single day. It's one object. It's one obstacle after another, and all it is they're trying to obtain as much of our American land that they can sell off to foreign countries. For China, for instance, China, who, by the way, is in a blockade with Taiwan as we speak still.
Yeah, so those are just corporations going at each other right now. So with them against you, that which ain't got nothing to do with us as Moors. Those are separate nations, so they ain't got nothing to do with us. Remember that's all for show and stuff like that.
Right.
It's all for show. It's all for show. But what thing that isn't for show that we have, like you said earlier, we have to position ourselves just being in the right place, right time, and start doing it. Because, like I said, the old earth is all on its way out, and the new earth is on their way in.
Exactly. That's the real bottom line of what we're experiencing, and we just got to stay in our place. With this.
Stay in our place. Keep your core centered.
Right.
Yeah. Keep your core centered and stay grounded and stay focused.
Right.
I had to talk about that with Supreme earlier this afternoon, and I said, I see the little beefs between Moors online and all that. I say, bro, do not get caught up in that. Do not pay attention to that. I know it's be discouraging and all this stuff, but look, stay the course. Remember what the prophet, the revelator said, and study, and go about your everyday life and apply the 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Right.
And do what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's plain. That's plain and simple. And and enforce the Constitution and enforce the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1787, 1786, 1787, the Treaty of Tripoli, the Treaty of Algiers, all that. Like my little video in response to the giraffe was just that one time, kept it moving. I don't try to put too much energy in there because remember, a lot of these are ops.
Right.
So that's why I say pay them no mind.
Right. Speaking of the treaty, shout out to the brother El
Royale.
Yeah.
He's from out of Chicago. Oh, speaking of Chicago, okay, they're talking about that girl and all that in Columbus, Ohio. Why isn't nobody talking about the little 7-year-old that got killed in the McDonald's drive-through?
Angela Staten King already said she was on her way up to Chicago. She's the only person I heard talking about that incident.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, but okay, what it was, Cam. Very bright little girl. She her parents were taking. One of the things she loved to do was go to McDonald's and order from the drive-through. So her parents took her there. Remember, she's 7 years old. Little 7 years old, just waiting to drive through, get ready to order. Next thing you know, I guess some drive-by happened, and they end up getting. They shot up the whole car with her in it.
Wow.
She died right on the scene, 7 years old. Toddler. But nobody ain't talking about that though.
All right. Here it is. Shout out to Angela Staten King once again. Saw this post this morning from her on my timeline. It says, unfortunate this 15-year-old girl that was attempting to stab another girl was shot dead by the police. However, I'm headed to Chicago to fight for Jocelyn Adams, a 7-year-old child that didn't do anything to anyone, period.
Uh-huh. And, yeah, Angela Stack, she also said something that's real good too.
Mm-hmm.
What she said right there. You gotta pick and choose your battles.
Yep.
And it goes back to what I was just saying a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. Like I told Spring, like, look, you can't get upset about every little thing somebody says something about, more like that. A lot of this stuff I mostly ignore and keep it moving. I you know, that's advice I took from Taj, I took from Asia, I took from other elders before me. I say, man, look, you know, you can't keep making excuses for these ones that still want to be black. You can't help them. Because even the prophet say during his day, he said, I'm only going to be able to help save a handful. You know, ain't going to be able to save everybody. So, you know, a lot, you just ignore them and keep it moving. That's it.
It even said that in the Bible. It said in the end of days, only a remnant is going to be saved.
Yeah.
It said that even in the Bible. So that's what I'm realizing about all of this. The more that we are seeing these incidents, is Allah talking to us in a spiritual sense.
Uh-huh.
That, hey, I'm showing you why you need to be on top of your game like I told you to be. I've been speaking to you for thousands of years from the book, telling you that the laws of Islam, Sharifin law, the whole Sharifin law system, that's what we were once under before they came over here fucking everything. We allowed them to come over here and fuck everything up. That's one. That I'm sick of seeing these slave films about Harriet Tubman, whoever they trying to make a new film about. I want somebody to tell us about the way that we were before outside influence of these mestizos, these illegitimate Morisco children, like Columbus started drifting over here when our real cousins got expelled from their homeland, and we gave them the 13 colonies for them to get back on their feet after they got expelled. But that's another story. But my point is, Allah is telling us, get your shit together. It's Sharifin law. And this is the thing about being Muslims. When you are Muslim and you follow the faith of Islam, everybody is equal. Everybody is the same.
Right.
There ain't no such thing as a division. We all the same people. And that's what tribe mentality, that's the purpose of how tribes used to be run and how they used to work and the tradition of the tribes. If something happened, who's responsible for the tribe, which is the Bey of the tribe is responsible for laying down the law. And so when things happen, an offense is made against someone in your tribe, be it an outside enemy or another tribe member. At the end of the day, if it get big enough of a problem and the whole tribe know about it, the Bey got to come step in and do something about it according to the tradition and their laws. Islam. Can I get an Islam? Amen.
Islam.
Holla back. And that's what we are missing out here in society. This is what's got us so fucked up. And excuse me, y'all, if I seem a little animated right now and just possessed. I just been waiting to say this for so long. So excuse me if I'm sounding a little crazy. But this is what's happening. This is what we missing. We are supposed to be on top of our shit. It's a structure. It's levels to this. You got the Bay at the top, who is the leader of your tribe. That's the sheriff of the town, right? Then you got the Alps, the brave ones, the lions, your young men, the military. This is why our men, even when they become young men, teenagers, and they get older, and you start seeing them hanging out on the block in the corner. Why? Because generationally, anciently, they had a job to protect the entire neighborhood, i.e. the tribe. So that's why you always see our young brothers out on the street, hugging the block, as they say. Because spiritually, somewhere buried deep down in the past of their mental capacity, where your soul can remember previous lifetimes. And yes, there is a such thing as that. And that's why they say the saying that some of us are ancestors who have returned. That's what that is talking about. But for what I'm saying right now, there is a reason why all of this is happening, and y'all people are still not catching up. They're not catching on. Fuck that they gave the man a guilty verdict. So fucking what are y'all gonna do from now on when it come to y'all understanding that we got the right and the responsibility to hand out all the verdicts our damn self. We don't need a middleman. That's what the whole judge and court system has become today. Middlemen. Because we have forgotten that we are in control. We running this shit. But we let them come over here, bogart our asses on out of our land every chance they get. They hung up our grandfathers, our uncles, our brothers, strung them up like strange fruit on the sycamore tree. That's what Billie Holiday is talking about. They hanging them. Why? Because they own the land. Wake up, people. It is the land, and it's always been about the land. This is why Sister Faye, Brother O, we all know blood is tied to land, people. That's what we've been trying to tell y'all. With that,
just remember what I said, Sister Wilhelmina. Just remember what I said. Don't get too emotionally attached, and just, kind of sort of stay out the way, and don't get your vibration messed up and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that. Just stay calm and stay easy. Know what it is, but don't get emotionally attached to none of this bullshit.
Right. I had to pause and reel it back in for a sec. Thank you. Because gotta remember that at all times. But I'm sorry, y'all. I've just been wanting to say that for a long time, get it through people's head. Like, hey, it don't matter what this judge is saying, whether he saying he guilty or not or whatever. You the one that's got to pass out the judgment and hand it out. That's our responsibility to do stuff like that. But we got too many little Indians who are around here who want to be the chief, but they don't know the first thing about being the chief is that you got to be an Indian first. Which means that you got to be a brave. You got to be a warrior first. Just like a school teacher just like a school principal has to first be a school teacher before they ever become a principal of a school.
Right.
Let them play their psyops out until it's time for curtain call.
Exactly. And with that, I yield. Sorry for the yelling, y'all, if I'm a little loud. Sorry.
Perfectly fine. Sister Faye, you got any rebuttals or remarks for that? Because you got the flow now.
Yeah, Sister Faye, you with us? Still washing dishes? Or she probably thinks she's still washing dishes.
Well, Brother Cam, I'll pass it on to you then, brother.
I pretty much been kind of just jumping in, saying, just giving my my take on all these things. It's just all of this business is just too much of a distraction for me, because I know what I got personally going on in my life, and I know I got to harvest and control and protect my energy, so I don't too much get into the news part of it. I may cut that stuff on a little bit just to catch up a little bit, but I mainly be in my domicile, really just trying to self-master myself.
Right.
And I'm getting more and more out of wanting to even give energy and time to it, other than trying to take care of my more science business, my spiritual self, my self-mastery, and helping my children to do the same. And I just want to kind of localize that energy into just that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know what they're doing out here, and we know how this game is going. You got younger blood that's coming up now, and that's coming in. Like the Rise of the Moors. They doing whatever they doing to be affiliated and associated with it. But when you get to a higher level of thinking, not to say that I'm better, but when you get into a higher level of thinking, you really focus your attention on what's really needed in order to change things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And we doing that on a subconscious level, on a esoteric, exoteric level. Applying more science and taking care of that. That's where I am with that, man. And being able to speak with like-minded people like this is a plus, and is an addition, because you know what I mean.
Right.
So that's my little 2 cent copper pennies.
Yeah. I felt every bit of that, what Cam just put down.
Exactly.
I'm like that, like the same way. Like I say, with me, when I try to keep up with current events, but I don't devote too much of my energy into it. I just look at it, a little research on it, and then get right back to doing this, because this is what it's all about.
Right.
This is what it's trying to elevate and maintain your high self. Meditate, because like we're in Ramadan right now. In case
exactly, man.
So all this what you see happening, these psyops are happening. It's tend to purpose is to throw us off our square, and we cannot allow that.
Right.
A lot of sorcery is going on by these Akhenazi warlocks.
Right, and these arcane entities, arcane.
Bingo.
Because we need to harvest. See, Ramadan and this moon and the shifting of the planets right now is energy that we need to be harvesting on.
Right.
Instead of being distracted and expending excess valuable energy on this bullshit, man. And like I was telling Sister Faye on last meeting, and I know you're included too. As far as phases of lives go, we're in our last stages at our age. So we don't have no time to be wasting and bullshit.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, my time is divided up into my, strengthening my home base, reminding my children, and reminding myself. And they getting a little less of me as well because of that last stage. I mean, I got to focus more on me right now.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So this is very important, man.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Sister Faye was trying to say something, Sister Wilmina.
oh yeah. Go ahead, Faye.
I do apologize. I had put my phone on mute and then I lost it. But the only thing that I have to say is that I agree, you know, with Oliver and Cam and you all, that, you know, all of this stuff really ain't got anything to do with what we're trying to do as a nation. And we have to understand that these distractions, this theater that they're going to play out, if it's not something today, it's going to be something tomorrow. And all of it is a distraction. And one of the things I shared earlier with you all when I was telling my daughter, if you're not going to be a part of that solution, then why are you even worried about it? You know, if you're not going to be actively involved in something, regardless of what happens in this matrix, if you're not going to be a part of correcting it, or if your mission to correct it, then it's none of your business. You have to keep doing what you're doing. You have to fulfill your purpose. And that's what you need to focus on. If you're not called to do something or participate in it, you putting energy in it is not serving you any purpose.
Get out the way.
That's kind of how I live my life. Like, get out the way. Like Cam said, we got a mighty work to do spiritually, and we have a mighty work to do as far as building our nation. Correct. Everybody is not going to be saved. You're not going to be able to tell, you know, it's people, however they feel, whatever they say. It is not my place to wake you up. You have a higher self just like I do, you know. And if your God hadn't called you and you haven't heard the call, or you did be disobedience to the call, guess who business that is? You and your God. It's not mine. And that's why I just choose to keep my peace within myself, you know. And I choose to keep my peace within myself because if people don't see by now that something that is not right, they're not gonna see it.
No.
They're not gonna see it. And so I choose to spend time on it. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in about 15, 18 years, you know. I don't get involved. I don't say anything. When people start talking off the chain and making comments, I've learned to just silence myself.
When you're doing it like this, it's a faith. You're strengthening yourself. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but you're strengthening yourself when you do like what you're saying, Sister Faith.
Right.
Yep.
Because everybody got a path. We got to allow people to walk their path.
Right. Yes.
And if I find like-minded people on my path as I'm walking it, then we can collaborate. But I ask, the Most High to give me the strength if the time is, to dissolve that connection, that I can walk away and be all right with it.
Right.
And that's just how I'm choosing to live. We got too much work to do as far as building a nation.
Exactly.
We really do.
Fact.
We can't worry about coons and baboons.
Yeah, that's for real.
We can laugh about coons and baboons.
Ain't worry about coons and baboons.
They always gonna be here. They always gonna be here. They always, huh?
I'll just throw them and let them go. Just gotta go.
That's just my take on it. And so as we're building our nation and getting stronger and getting things done, and what's that saying? If you build it,
it will come.
They will come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll come.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not everybody's mission to build a nation.
Right.
It's not everybody's mission. It's certain people who have been assigned to do certain tasks, and we need to be about those tasks. It's for the children. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep that in mind. For those that's coming behind us, we got to work to do.
Right.
And unfortunately, some of these people that took the job, they ain't gonna make it no way. So hey, they already pretty much doing. I didn't want to throw that in there. I yield.
Right.
Okay, with you, sis. Okay. but
Right.
it's the truth. These
A
jabs.
distracted mind and a overly busy mind ain't got time for the vital, important stuff.
Right. They don't.
We have to realize that as people. Like Sister Faye, we got to build a nation. So who's going to do it? And when it's built, when each one of us is doing our part collectively, they gonna come.
Right.
Right.
Case in point, the Drop Squad Live crew, show and crew.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we coming up on our first anniversary next month. Ain't that right, all?
That's
Been
right.
a year, a full year in May.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like May what?
What was the first? Was it the
Like is the first or the middle or the last part of May?
when did we start? What was, I feel like it was the beginning of May.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning
You
of
should look that up so we can have some kind of special show.
Yeah, I know for sure it's got the first recording in the log on the account for us. So I'm gonna look into that and do that. Been working on a little collage for us of the past show anyway, so can't wait to.
You should try to it would be nice to just reach out to the people who are all members of the Drop Squad and just try to have them to, try to contact them and just try to tell them to drop by on that anniversary date.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely in the works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We hadn't talked to a few of these people, a few of our people for a minute.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. And I just got us back in the YouTube videos that I've been telling y'all about putting up. They finally up. Part 1 and 2 of March 17th episode. And the rest, I just got to put the intro on them and ship them on up. We back in business and we rolling, y'all. So
excellent.
There you go. What else we got? Get into the y'all got time for a little Quran verse, or should we do oral statements tonight?
Say again.
Quran or oral statements tonight?
Let's go with the Quran.
Oral statement. Oh, okay. Whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, oral statements. Oral statements. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever y'all want to do.
Okay. Yes. Feel like we hadn't got into that oral statements since David presented it to us a few weeks ago.
Right.
So yeah. Let's see.
And just so we know, what chapter did we leave off of on the surface 7?
21.
Chapter
21.
Yeah.
21.
Right.
But we're gonna be on 22, 23, and 24 next time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because we were reading. This is about being married, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Marriage instructions for men. Yeah.
Yeah. Those verses were awesome last time we read.
Wasn't they? Wasn't they speaking, especially for the time being? Situation at hand.
And just speaking on that, that's another valuable part of each one of our growth and development. Because I know I don't have a mate, and that how you gonna have the energy to level up to that frequency to attract that mate if you out here fucking around with all this old false fake news?
Right. That's just like messing with drinking tap water out the faucet. Even when you know that the water is murky, you still messing with that.
But like brother Oliver said, if you're gonna speak on it and move on.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And even I had to learn that as I'm ongoing on this path.
Right. It kind of difficult sometimes, because you be wanting to, you be wanting to, say something and speak on it. Just like the Quran say, that ain't really nothing but the waswas of the bad jinn distracting you.
Right.
Don't listen to the waswas.
25?
I promise you, I don't remember on that one. That's been a minute.
Start on 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wait, can y'all see? Okay. All right, number 25. This is the oral statements, Drop Squad family, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in. These are oral statements by our blessed holy prophet Timothy Drew Ali, the noble, the revelator. And these are oral statements witnessed by many people more that knew him in life. All right, so here we are. Number 25. Brother I. Cook Bay, Gigi of Illinois, said that the
Grand
Holy
Governor.
said,
Yeah,
Grand Governor.
GG stands for Grand Governor.
Okay. Didn't know that. Thank you. Grand Governor of Illinois said that the Holy Prophet once said, quote, one day the Europeans are going to lock the food up in warehouses, put soldiers around them to guard them, and you will go anywhere he says to get something to eat. That ain't no lie.
Yeah, but people better start learning to go ahead and grow their own food, start getting back in the gardening.
Tell them.
We just talk about that. Yeah.
I think we've read this one before.
We did, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Number 26. Anybody want that one?
Yeah, let me take that one.
All right.
Yeah, 26. Sister A. Brown Ill of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet said, quote, one day the European is going to let you down. You are going to have to put up a 90-day supply of food to last you until your brothers come to your rescue from the east. Now, that's a lot of powerful meaning right there too, because it's already gonna get down to that, because like I said about a few minutes ago about the transitioning from the old earth to the new earth. One of the people that's going to be in these societies is two of the people that's going to be very vital are herbalists and farmers.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Which is because you go to Home Depot right now, or you go to Lowe's right now, you go over there into the garden section, you'll probably see where they sell the seeds, that vegetable seeds that cleaned out.
Yeah.
I know I saw it the other day.
All
right.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, better start know how to grow your own vegetables, start learning how to fish, that sort of thing like that.
It'd be good to try to pick up somebody's. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
It would be also good to try to get some kind of survivalist book as well.
Agreed. And the last part of that about that oral prophecy that is gonna have to take your brothers from the east to come out of the way. When he said the east, he ain't talking about like the east coast of AMEXEM here.
Right.
Talking about
take that MATD out on for us. Oh, if you got it on deck one time for the people. Show them what you mean by when we say our brothers from the east. Shout out to our brother Sharif Nine Feathers Bay, by the way. Those that don't have it, don't know about the brother, get your Moorish American travel document while you can. Because this is the thing about having our documentation. There we go. In the white and the royal purple.
Just 2120. Yes.
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Sir.
And it also has just that, but it also has this right there for your trust. Very important. Like that. And it's also the booklet too. It also has the prophet. the prophet in there too. And then as well, he's got the let me see if y'all can see it or not. I don't know.
A
These
little bit.
Yeah, this registered with Library of Congress. Shout out to CM Charles Mosley Bay for that.
Yes.
And you got like excerpts in there, the Circle 7, and more importantly, this. We just were talking about that. Oh, okay.
The Code of Laws of the United States of America. What's the first? Can you? Is that central?
Tilted the other way.
Oh, to the other way.
Yeah. Right there where the eagle is at, underneath, above the eagle. What is that word? Oh, for us.
Consolidated, codified, set forth, and published in 1935 by the 159th year of the Republic. Yeah.
So that document you have there, Brother Oliver, is something different, a different way of what you did with your nationality, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this one, I'm getting excited to use this because it's basically like for travel, which you can use have unalienable right to travel, land, sea, or air,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Now my nationality card, that's also a plus too. So now, this is something.
Your nationality card wouldn't be the same as that travel document.
It would definitely be the same though, but you know, like with this, when you probably like when you go to the airports, or I might even use this on a cruise. It looks more official.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the thing about with that. The combination of both would be like though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To our viewers, real quick, the thing about having your documentation, a lot of Moors out here who are new don't really understand how any of the system is supposed to work for you when you are a Moor. When first off, you don't become a Moor. That's number one. You are born a Moor.
Exactly.
Number two, when it comes to having your documentation and for travel, identification, whatever, you can have whatever paperwork you want, because whatever, it goes like this in life, whatever you say out of your own mouth encompasses the jurisdiction of your life on this plane that we call Earth, if that makes sense. I'm trying to word it differently. Whatever you say, like if you're in a court, it doesn't matter what the judge tells you about yourself. It's what you tell the judge. Why? Because the judge works for you. You are the one in control. So whatever paperwork you have, in so many words, whatever we say as Moors goes, because whatever our nationality paperwork is, as we present it, that's what it is. And that's how the UN and diplomats, that's how it works.
Uh-huh.
So just wanted to remind our viewers out there, you know, who are confused.
Yeah, even if it says it right here in rights of indigenous peoples. Hold on, sorry about that. Rights of indigenous people, Article 5.
All right.
Tells you right there. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Every indigenous individual has the right to has a right to a nationality. Excuse me.
Exactly.
Boom. Case in point.
Yeah. As also stated there too in the 1959 United Nations, the right of a child. Every child has a right to a nationality. And the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, which was signed by Barack Obama back in 2010.
All right.
Same thing, Article 16. Every individual has a right to a nationality, which was used for us to get back into our proper status, not for those $5 Indians or the Dawes Roll. But go ahead and continue with the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where we at? 27. Okay.
27.
27.
Yeah, Brother Ken could take that one.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can read this stuff.
Let me blow it up a little. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, blow it up a bit.
There we
Boom,
go.
right there.
Good.
Not too much. Back
I
a
got
little
it.
bit.
I
Back
got
a,
stuff on my phone.
oh, okay.
All right.
Good,
27, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that good for everybody? Can y'all see?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, cool.
Brother R. Wise Bay of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet said, one day, some of you old Moors are going to be so hungry that you are going to bite into your own flesh and blood will skeet out. And you are going to get angry with yourself because you didn't put up enough food. Well, I would praise the Most High that I won't be one of those because I've been preparing for that.
All right. That's why I put this up. This vault, this little ice refrigerator they got in Norway of all the seeds of every fruited vegetable in the world.
Right.
They got it locked up in here.
Right.
Did you know that? Oh,
No, I didn't know this.
yeah.
That junk there goes way deep underground, bro.
Mm-hmm. Deep.
No way, though.
Yes, sir.
This is how crazy they are. I don't know why YouTube don't want to act right, but anyway, let's continue.
No, continue. Don't worry about this later.
Right. So I'll read
crazy.
Read a couple. Y'all want me to read a couple more of these?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Unless Sister Faye, you still here?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I can take 28. It says
Okay.
Brother A. Wise Bay, Grand National Secretary, said that the Holy Prophet said, I don't tell anyone where I was born at or who my parents were, because I don't want people to make a shrine out of the place or make over my parents like was done with Joseph and Mary.
Yeah.
So basically he was saying that he didn't want people to worship him. You know, it's about the work, you know, that he provided for the people. He walked in his purpose. He completed, he did his assignment that he was sent here to do.
Right.
And that was what was important.
Right.
Exactly.
Meaning nothing bad, but that's like how the Arabs have done to Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. And I heard somewhere in the Quran, it was a YouTube clip I saw, a woman listening to verses from the Quran, and it was talking to Jesus. Jesus was talking to God, Allah, as we know it. And Allah said to Jesus, did you go down and tell the people to worship you? And in the verse, Jesus replied back, crying to Allah, saying, no, I would never do such a thing, telling the people to worship myself or my mother. You are the one true God and the only God. There is no one else. I'm paraphrasing for the moment, but I just want to point that out, that because that stuck with me when I heard it. So it goes hand in hand with this verse. So 28. So thank you, Sister Faye, reading that. Okay, 29. I guess I'll take that. Yeah, we're going that type of fashion. 29. Brother T. Booker Bay, Grand National Treasurer, said that the Holy Prophet said, the Moors were once seafaring people and fed the world. the time is going to come when we will go back and feed the world again. Case in point, adrenochrome. In a way, we are feeding these people. They're living off of our organs, of our bodies when we die, which is why you should never on your driver's license put that you're an organ donor, especially if you're melanated, especially because they are living off of us and our power. And some of our body parts, especially the coronas of our eyes, can cost up to as much as $80,000 on the black market.
80,000.
Mm-hmm. $80,000, 80 grand on the black market. Just
80
for
bands.
yes. Just for the corona, the retinas of our eyes, excuse me, the retinas. Just for that. So think about how much our other body parts may cost.
Right.
So come on, all of our, parts. It just like how they use the pig. There's nothing they throw away of the pig.
Right.
All the way down to the hair, bones.
Right.
And especially the hearts. A lot of the billionaires, like Prince Charles, did he have heart surgery? Or either one of the not Rockefellers, the Rothschilds used to get like so many heart surgeries.
No, that was Rockefeller. That was David Rockefeller. Yeah.
Was it? It was one of them.
It was David Rockefeller. I remember that distinctly.
He had about 6 heart surgeries in his life. Something like
7.
that. Yeah, that craziness. Here we go. Back to you, brother O. Take 30.
Oh, 30?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that one. The Holy Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, showed Brother T. Booker Bay and some other Moors one night in Chicago, Illinois, where a Moabite queen ruled from. Her name was Queen Netha, and she waged war against 5 pharaohs. At that spot, the Holy Prophet dug down into the ground and pulled up a metal bar with foreign writing on it. Now, you know what? Okay. It's been many times. Well, it's been many times. It's very well documented that where we're standing at here on Alma Rock, this is the original, the first, the true Egypt was right here in Northwest AMEXEM.
Correct.
You go like the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Illinois, and all that. That's all Upper Egypt. Like Cairo, Illinois, Morocco, Indiana.
Right.
All through there. And you go like the Memphis, Tennessee, and all that. That's Lower Egypt.
Right.
And on top of that, here's something else further out west in the Arizona Republic with the Grand Canyon. Notice that they have that. You ever wonder why I got it fenced off? It's the reason why, because of the hidden tombs in there. Yep. What if the prophet digged in there and that metal bar he pulled over foreign writing on it was hieroglyphs? So therefore, yeah, because that this is the true Egypt, not that one that's over there. That's which is originally known as Hilkuta.
Right.
So it's a lot of that's the conclusion what I came to when he says that. Now Queen Netha, I gotta look more, I gotta dig more, I gotta research more into her.
Yeah, I was looking that up for us for a second.
Cosmo L. Oh yeah, I know Cosmo.
Yeah, shout out to Cosmo L. He's a great Moor author. He writes great many great.
He domiciles over in Khalifa, California.
Out in LA or California.
Oakland, I think.
Yeah. Great book writer, author. He is. Check his stuff out on Amazon or wherever you can buy his books. I suggest, I got many of them myself.
He carries some beautiful crystals as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
he do. Yes,
yeah.
he do.
Says, who is Queen Netha? Tradition holds that Noble Drew Ali showed brother T. Booker Bay. Okay, this is what you just read. Okay, it has been inferred that perhaps Netha is a reference to Nefer and is perhaps referring to Queen Nefer or Nefertiri. However, the historical information to support an actual Netha. Wait, did I read that correct?
You read it correct. Yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Netha itself is a title and has been often used as a surname. So that's just the way, that's just like in Islam, the name Malika is not a name, it's actually just the word for queen or princess.
Right.
Yeah, somewhat like the word Christ.
Right. According to Behind the Name website, its gender is masculine and feminine. Its usage is Indian
Merotech.
Merotech, excuse me,
Yes.
and Hindu. Pronounced Netha. It dates back to 1500 BC through the Telugu peoples of Sanskrit,
Sanskrit, the Kuchite.
to Kushite, 25. Thank you, bro. Dynasty, 25th dynasty. It means leader or master. We find further evidence of its definition in the book, a Pali reader by Dines Anderson, a Middle Indo-Aryan language that is Prakrit language. Excuse me again.
Prakrit. Prakrit, yeah, Prakrit language group, yeah.
Okay. And group and was indigenous to the Indian subcontinent. Netha has its origin in the verb neti, which means to lead, guide, carry off, and take. Minerva. I keep hearing that name. I've heard Asir say this name before. Minerva, or is that, no, that's the name of one of those drugs commercials that they always talking about on TV, isn't it?
Right.
Am I
Right. No, you ain't tripping.
Minerva is by some supported to have been originally the Egyptian deity worshipped particularly at Sais under the name Neith or Netha. According to Manual of Classical Literature, Classical Antiques by Johann Joachim Extenberg. A Google search of the name Netha shows that it is mostly used as a name today in India. According to Ancient History Encyclopedia, Mark Cartwright, Minerva was the Roman goddess of wisdom, medicine, commerce, handicrafts, poetry, and the arts in general, and later war. Wait a minute. Okay, this is what Brother Cliff, that's who I've heard say this before, Minerva. He's mentioned this before. Okay, it's coming back to me. So it's just some god, Egyptian god, basically. Thomas Maurice observations on the remains of ancient Egypt, grandeur and superstitions assert that Netha has esoteric implications. It has been already observed that by Netha, the Egyptians meant the supreme wisdom. Queen Netha, however, is indeed a real figure, or maybe Drew Ali was making a reference to. Perhaps some clarity can be obtained from the history of Chicago, or for that matter, of Native America in general. And I'll stop there for us, and we get back to oral statements.
Wait a minute, you left out something that was a real important part of that.
Okay.
Yeah, let me read that part. And then we get back to it. Okay, perhaps some clarity can be obtained, because you're gonna love this part. can be obtained from the history of Chicago, or for that matter, of Native America in general. The name Chicago is derived from the local Indian word Chicagoa for the native garlic plant, not the onion, the garlic plant, Allium trichocum. The garlic in French, Ale Sauvage, grew in abundance on the south end of Lake Michigan on the wooded banks of the extensive river system which bore the same name, Chicagoa. You know, Father Gravier, a thorough student of the local Miami language, introduced the spelling Chicagoa or Chicago 8 in the 1690s, attempted to express the inflection in which the so-called Indians gave to the last syllable of the word. According to Chicago, meaning of the name and location of pre-1800 European settlements by John F. Stewart, adapted from Chicago, Chicago, the origin, meaning, and etymology of a place name, Illinois Historic Journal, 84, winter 1991. The native Miami language belonged to the Algonquian language spoken, a group spoken by the Mississippi tribe of the Illinois Confederacy. Now, the term Mississippian included several similar regional archaeological cultures. The southwest portions of this huge area, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, is known as Caddo. The Oneonta reached northward into Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, and Wisconsin, and Mississippian towns like settlements in the Ohio River Valley are known as Fort Ancient. All of these distinctive cultures share the important trait of mound construction, artifact forms, symbols, stratified ranking, Mississippian culture, Native American farmers of the American Midwest and Southeast. So, and I'm gonna just leave that right there. You're gonna get in that book there by Cosmo L, Pyramids in America. So, you know, the Mississippi, which is really the Nile River, flowed right all through there to this very day.
Right.
You know.
That's dope.
So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Prophet.
So even more further proof that America is Morocco, Al Marak.
Ancient Kemet, if you will.
Yeah, Kemet or Kamat. But this is Al Marak here. Al Marak Oscar.
Right. Right. Shout out to Shango Obashango L on his website, even has the picture of the Arkansas mounds. And in the summer solstice, he has the picture of the Arkansas mound, and right there at the top is the eye, the sun shine going down, the sunset. And lo and behold, that's what they're talking about on the back of the $1 bill. So, as I said earlier, and as Sister Faye has said many times, juris soli, you know, in other words, as Moors, your bloodline is tied to the land. It's not because I'm saying so, not because Sister Faye says so, or Obashango else. It's just facts, it's science. It is what it is. We are the children of Allah, and those that have the blood type O negative, which would be Moors, that is the bloodline of Allah. But that's another story for another day. Whose turn is it? Who got next? 31.
I got it.
Yeah, I've got it.
All right.
31.
Yep.
Sister M. Tiggs L. and other Moors reported that the Holy Prophet said that Chicago, Illinois is going to be our new Mecca. I'm gonna read that next one.
Go ahead.
The Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali told the Moors that Chicago is doomed and Detroit must go down for what they have done to I, your prophet. Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What did they do in Detroit? Lord,
Yeah, I know, right?
did y'all know about that?
Anybody familiar with that? Man.
Well, Oliver maybe no.
Oliver, you familiar with that for
I
us,
think you
bro?
have to wait for a second.
Oh, you know that.
You have to-
That's news for I
Yeah,
guess
because
all of us.
hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Not the
Let's
wrong one.
see.
Put it back on that.
No, you're okay. That's not it.
That's kinda-
Weird.
Well, that's kind of funny that it said that about Chicago being the new Mecca, but then in the next one he's saying, you know, that Chicago is doomed.
Right.
Because it was dirty Moors that set the prophet up, that assassinated him.
Ah,
Particularly two come to mind: Claude Green and C. Kirkman Bay. Those traitors.
those the ones that became the millionaires that they talk about becoming
No,
millionaires
not
off the
no.
prophet.
Claude Green. I don't know whether he became a millionaire or not. No, but C. Kirkman Bay was one who kind of like corrupted a lot of the temples, because the prophet always say when we wear our fez to wear your fez pure, no embellishments, no none of them on there.
Right.
And what happened, keep C. Kirkman Bay wear fez, as you can see that picture, first picture right there. Blow that one up, blow it up.
All right, let me see.
That's C. Kirkman Bay, people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got something on it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear no embellishments on it. One cat tried to argue with me. Well, C. Freeman Hill got embellishments on his fez. That's because C. Freeman Hill was a master mason.
The master.
That's a difference.
So I told him like this. So watch your tongue when you don't try to disrespect C. Freeman Hill, man.
Right.
Yeah,
That was one of yeah, that's one of my master teachers right there.
Oh,
when it came to metaphysics, that's
right.
who you learn from.
That's what you want to know. You talking about meditation and exoteric and esoteric knowledge, like I was speaking before? Look up C. Freeman Hill, more the master teacher.
Right. So God.
And I could understand why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that, because that is really gonna about the any embellishments on the affairs, because that distinguishes us from these Shriners, that distinguishes us from the Prince Hall Masons and those clandestine Masons. That distinguishes us from them. I can see that.
Let me ask y'all, while you're on the topic of the fez, I'm wondering this for myself earlier today, so it's funny we on it. When it comes to fezzes and headdresses, do we as women, do we wear can we wear fezzes as well?
Yes.
Or is it just the turbans for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more bitises that wear fezzes too.
Okay.
You know.
That's some real strong symbols. That's some real strong symbols.
Yeah. Yeah. They can wear fezzes too.
Okay.
Just like as well as the turbans. Same thing. We could wear turbans and all that. I gotta get my turban game up. So, you know.
Hear me, I know, right?
Yeah, I gotta get my turban game up. But this
material the other day, just speaking on that, Brother Oliver.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this book here you can get from order from Harvey Bay Publications, bringing the people back into the constitutional fold. It includes the review of the FBI investigation into the Moorish Science Temple of America. And it does mention C. Kirkman Bay and Claude Green, how they infiltrated.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, and that's the reason why the prophets say why Chicago will forever pay, because it was dirty Moors that set the prophet up and, you know, assassinated the prophet. You know, they want to tell you that it was Chicago police that did it, and I say no, it wasn't. You know,
That's part of the reason why I didn't watch that
Yeah,
Black Panther movie that came out on HBO or whatever.
yeah. And during that time, also, the people that you talked about, Willa, that became millionaires off what they took and learned from Drew Ali, those individuals was Elijah Poole Bey, which later he changed it to Elijah Muhammad, Prophet Cherry, Sweet Daddy Grace,
Wow.
and Father Divine.
Right.
Wow.
The fifth one was Charles Mosley Bay. Now, out of 5 of them, 4 of them became millionaires from what they took and learned from Drew Ali. The only one that didn't sell us out was CM Bay.
Yeah.
And CM Bay made the Zodiac Constitution. And he registered it with the Library of Congress in 1948, which still holds true to this day. What you're supposed to get when you claim your nationality, you get the certificate that has number AA222141. So when you put in these 7 locations of governments on notice, they know damn well who we are. Right. You know, these colonizers know who we are. But CM Bay knew about the traders that was within there, and he built up on that, and he was on point with it. Plus, he was a Pisces, so you know he was very well connected.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You said Pisces?
Yeah, CM Bay was a Pisces. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the honorable Elijah Muhammad got rich off of that.
Yeah.
He became a millionaire because of
what he learned from what they learned and took from Noble Drew Ali.
Okay.
You know. Oh yeah, and may I remind people too. People don't know this, but they don't want to believe it. Fard Muhammad also learned from Noble Drew Ali as well.
Right.
You know, but they're quick to tell you the so-called black scholars that be on YouTube or NOI talking about, Noble Drew Ali didn't exist. After Garvey, it was Fard Muhammad that taught Elijah Muhammad. I can show you a picture where you got Drew Ali, all them standing in front of the building where they had the temples at. And I can show you exactly where Fard Muhammad at once Willa pulls it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Farad Muhammad and Elijah was the same one person. It's two separate.
No, it's 2 separate people.
It's in, should be this picture right here. Well,
let's see. Hold on. Let's get a better one. Let me see. This
okay,
one.
that's a better one right there. Okay. Blow that one up. Okay. Now you don't see Elijah in this one, but in the upper right hand corner, go right here, Willa. Upper right hand corner. No, left. I'm sorry, left. With the bow tie. Light suit with the bow tie. Got the fez on. That's Fard Muhammad.
This one right here.
No, above
light skinned brother.
Light skin.
With the light suit.
Oh, right here. Behind.
Yeah. That's Fard Muhammad. Now, if he was supposed to came before Drew Ali, wouldn't it make sense that he would be front and center instead of the prophet?
Right.
Now, I don't know about, some people say, I'm assuming that could be Taj. I don't know. I'm just saying. Looks like Taj.
Yeah, I was. It do look like Taj. Like Taj came back.
Taj Tariq Bey?
You talking about the light skinned brother with the light suit?
No. Further down on the left hand side, lower left.
Lower left.
Oh, yeah, that does look like him.
Yeah.
Looking like Aladdin.
Further
that does look like him.
Come further left.
Over here?
All right, up. Right there.
Right here. Yo,
like him.
you know what?
You know what? That's Taj. That's Taj, man. I blew it up on my phone. That's him.
Is that his
Yeah.
grandfather or something? Like great grandfather?
Something like that, bro.
Yeah.
Because think about it. How is Taj knows so much about Moorish science and history. Could this be where he gets it from? It's in the family, it's in the blood.
This
Now,
picture got
keep
a
in
date on it.
mind, this was at the Temple Convention back in 1928,
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
1928, right
Yeah,
here.
1928. Yeah.
Look at that.
The prophet was killed the next year, right? 29 or was it 30?
1929, he was killed.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
his death is what
And
caused
that,
the stock market
yeah,
crash.
and
right?
that, and that building where they held it at is still standing today, but it's turned into a apartment complex, and they're renting it out to Albion. Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, there's probably somebody else up in that picture we don't know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Let me tell you, like during that time, let me tell you, after Prophet Drew Ali, let me tell you how much of a badass the Prophet was. When he went to the so-called White House and challenged then President and corporate sellout Woodrow Woodson, said, "Why is you calling my people black?" Put it back up on that picture, Willow. Put it back on there. Yeah. Challenged them. Why did you call them Negro, black, and colored when you know they were Moors? Woodrow Woodson, who's a Freemason himself, said your people didn't have no history of themselves, so we had to call them that. And after so much deliberation, they walked down into the cellar to a vault in the White House and opened the vault. You seen all the Star Spangled Banners, and under it, they had the Old Glory, red flag, 5-pointed green star, the true American flag, and they had the Continental flag there too. Noble Drew Ali retrieved it and got it back and told him, "I'm going to teach my people their true nationality and birthrights." Woodrow say, "Ain't nobody going to believe you." By 3 years later, the Prophet, it was 100,000 rolling with the Prophet.
Wow.
This was back in the 1920s. You also know who gave him major respect back then too? In Chicago?
Gangster Al Capone.
Yes.
Capone. Right? Am I right?
Al Capone. Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. Would sleep at his house.
Slept at his house and everything.
Same Capone that had a safe house down here in Arkansas in Hot Springs. All of them used to come down here.
Yeah.
Ain't that the story, Faye? Or do I have it wrong?
And see, on top of that,
absolutely, they couldn't bring guns or anything.
Huh?
And on top of that,
Al Capone, they couldn't bring guns.
Wait, hold on, one at a time. Hold on.
No, Faye, go ahead. What you were going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the Al Capone and a lot of gangsters met in Hot Springs, you know, Arkansas, and it was a neutral territory, and they couldn't bring any guns or anything. But the reason they chose Hot Springs is that because that's where the mothers used to meet. In Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So trust me, the prophet had a lot of swag back then. During then.
You can tell, man.
You know, and you just because like the heir apparent to him was supposed to be a brother Millie E. Ill, I think. That was the heir apparent. But the traders C. Kirkman Bay and Claude Green, let me see if I got that right.
Did they take him out?
They had a lot to do with it. I think because let's see. Okay, yeah. There was a fellow member named Claude Green who became very jealous of Noble Drew Ali and wanted to take over the operations. Now, I can't be sure if Green was a devoted member or an informant, as there's very little information leading to the event where Drew Ali and Green had an argument. Green put Noble Drew Ali's furniture out on the streets as an indication that he was now the leader. Later on, they found Green's body shot and stabbed.
Whoa.
The FBI, immediately came after Drew Ali, where they found him sitting with his wife and some members collaborating, as the FBI claimed, allegedly. So what they did, they arrested Drew Ali, took him to prison. He had two counsels who later gained political prominence. That was Aaron Payne and William L. Dawson or Davison. The principal being Payne. Payne tried to hold things together, and this is why Gibbons broke into his office. Gibbons. So while Noble Drew Ali was in prison, he wrote the following letter, which he said to be the last writing of his, because when he got out on bail, he was dead within a few weeks. They reported that it was either from the beating he received by the police, admitting he was beat, or from the beating he may have received from Green's posse. So this was the last letter that he wrote, that Noble Drew Ali wrote. He said, "To heads of all temples, Islam, I, your prophet, do hereby and now write you a letter as a warning and appeal to your good judgment for the present and the future. Though I am now in custody for you in the cause, it is all right and it is well for all who still believe in me and my Father, God. I have redeemed all of you and you shall be saved, all of you, even with me. I go to bat Monday, May 20th, before the grand jury. If you are with me, be there. Hold on and keep faith, and great shall be your reward. Remember, my laws and love ye one another. Prefer not a stranger to your brother. Love and truth, and in peace I leave you." That was the last letter from Noble Drew Ali.
Prefer not a stranger to your brother.
Yeah.
Man. Peace be upon the prophet, our revelator. Peace be upon.
So you go to Arvey Bay Publications. You can get this book. Right, I think it's like $3, 3 notes, 3 or 5 notes, bringing the people back into the constitutional fold of government.
All right.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, we was on one tonight.
Yeah. So you best better believe. Also, do not be surprised that Gay Edna Hoover also has a hand in this as well.
Yeah. Cross-dressing. Speaking of that, I want to show y'all something before we go. Glad you said that. Oh, so glad.
Cam Fade, that's how serious it was for the prophet. He had to deal with dirty Moors back in the day.
Yeah, see.
Just like we dealing with right now.
Absolutely.
Dressing transvestism and drag, the history of an obsession. Talking about Gay Edna
Hoover.
Gay Edna Hoover.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna tell you something else about relating to him. A lot of people don't know this, but one of the members of the Big Six, I think it was James Farmer or A. Philip Randolph, along with W.E.B. Du Bois, they collaborated with J. Edgar Hoover. That was the catalyst to get Marcus Garvey, the predecessor, John the Baptist, Marcus Garvey, deported. The same ones who Brother Malik Il-Shabazz stated one of the Big Six along. That was I think it was Philip Randolph, along with Whitney Young, Roy Wilkins, James Farmer, John Lewis, another traitor,
Yeah.
and Michael Luther King Jr.
The
You know,
communism, the communism.
Martin blew the El Hajj Malik blew the whistle on all the big six.
yeah. And you know they tried to bribe him a lot too.
They sure did.
Not them, you know, FBI, no, but he wouldn't take the bait. So they said, like, we got to take this fool out.
Yeah,
Right.
they already knew after that interview that he taped, he had recorded.
Mhm.
They knew they weren't going to get him.
Yeah.
So they need to get him.
Yeah. And especially when he found out when the French blue-eyed French Muslim told him that, brother, after he told him, he said, man, don't come here with that black and white stuff because the slave talk. He told him, man, brother, you left home. Now, he wasn't supposed to find out. And that's when he got his couple of degrees and found out that we are the Masonic secret here.
Right.
I don't know how many times we done told people we are the great Masonic secret
Right.
here in North America.
Right.
Okay. And at the same time, the enemy, that's when you know the enemy is on both sides.
Right.
Right.
Right. I just seen that a video explaining his letter about that when he came back to America, how surprised he was about how Islam was over in the Middle East and in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And he explained how everyone at the Mecca going around the Kaaba, all of them was together, black, white, blonde, blue-eyed, Muslim, all of them in unison, and all of them as brothers and as brothers and sisters, as one family. And that's
Right.
what I meant earlier about how for us, with this whole, all these shootings and all this bullshit that they putting us through in a psychological mind fuck, they trying to scramble us mentally, because the truth is they don't want us to know that our ancient law is Islam, and the way of our law and our tradition is we all one people. When it comes to Islam, everybody's the same and everybody is protected the same way.
Right.
So yeah, it's some deep stuff, full circle. Yeah, I just want to cap it off with, this is a J. Edgar Hoover type people that we've been dealing with in the past. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, and that's what these sickos right now are heavily promoting.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, here, like in Florida, in the land of flowers, thank goodness we signed. Governor DeSantis has signed a bill banning these trannies from women's sports.
Right.
Biological, and I noticed they use the term biological male, Cam. And I said, when I hear that, I said, like, so these fools were created in a lab or something, some lab or test tubes or something.
Right.
Right.
That they're not, okay, biological male, so that basically saying that you're not natural.
Right.
Right.
It's just like saying plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like that.
They know they mankind.
Yeah, they know mankind, or they can fancy it up and call it what's the word they use? Transhumanism and all this other stuff, but that's mankind, like y'all said.
Kind of not real actual. It's a
kind of man.
Yeah, kind of man. Like you got Great Value, Walmart, and then you got the Kroger brand soda pops. Then you got Great Value. These off-brand, can we just call them that instead, since they so offended by everything else? They always, I'm offended. I don't feel like I'm in a safe space. Well, can we call you just off-brand? How about that? The bootleg moonshine liquor that you're making in the back storage with, like grandma used to. Man, but anyway, it's been a great night. I was able to get a lot of stuff off my chest. Thank y'all for hearing me. go off earlier.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Love it.
This has been a night. This has been a beautiful bill
Right.
as far as I'm concerned.
I mean,
So like, and like I said, Brother Cam, Sister Faith, they came with some very enlightening word that basically got me fired up more than ever now. Like Cam was just saying, man, don't pay attention to none of this BS that go on out there. You focus on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tunnel
And
vision.
you trying to go ahead and try to obtain to that, higher self to try to balance out all our chakras and all this other stuff and everything.
Yeah, we have to practice and rehearse that, man, so it can be perfected. Because
Right.
if you don't practice it, then you're not going to get better.
No, of course not.
You're not.
I mean, like I said to myself, if I got to be like them Buddhist monks, which I learned a lot from, I'm like, then do it. Lock yourself up or sequester yourself up for a while and do that. I say, yeah, do that.
It's funny, and that's funny that you say that because that's basically how I have been,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy, I'm content with that because I know what I'm doing.
Right.
Right.
And I've got to give some. I like to just, I don't want to put on the spot, but I really want to give some shouts out to Sister Faith because she really. I was talking with her, and she really helped me out with some things. Like she don't know how much. I said I told her, but she still don't really know. She really put some enlightenment on me, man, because it's just getting that wisdom from a Sybil, from from the matriarchal. It just really helped me, man.
Right.
Appreciate you, Sister Faye. I love you.
Yeah. I meant to ask you earlier tonight
You too,
about
and
that.
thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad to know that y'all finally was able to connect and help you get that, Ken, because I know you've been on it. You've been really dedicated to getting the ball rolling. So I'm glad that I could help get Sister Faye in contact with her for you, and y'all could chop it up, do what y'all need to do. Hey.
Amen.
Islam. Thank you, Sister Faye.
Amen.
For helping us.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's beautiful. This is what the Drop Squad was all about, always about. This was Oliver and myself when we first met, all we wanted to do was just connect with other people and just build a network. And like Cam, you said earlier, a few months ago when we all met, your vibe attracts your tribe, and sure enough.
There you go. And that's just not a saying. That's something that we got to work on. It's not a saying. That's something you have to do.
It really is.
This matrix is run off of numbers, energy, frequency, and vibration.
Right. All the time.
Absolutely.
All the time. And if I could be, y'all don't mind, if I could lead an audience with something, a quick little just message of enlightenment, is to like never give up. You have after a bad day, you're gonna always have a bad day, but in life, remember, everything is a test, people. You are being tested. No right or wrong answer in life to much anything. You just learn as you go. But I say that to say that, just keep in mind, there's no such thing as a failure.
Right.
It's only lessons and blessings. Check in with yourself at the end of every day, like, hey, what did I learn today? What happened today? What did I go through today? Who did I meet? What did I learn from this person? What did I try to teach to this person from me, to give to them and help them become better? Just that's what it's about, being more. Like I said earlier, a more ain't something that you become like when you go off to college and join one of them groups. You know who they are. You got to pay dues for all that. No, more is not. It's not that. It's like my OG Sister Faye once said. She said, "You have to wait. It's not something you become. It's what you are." Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little senile for my age these days.
No. You're okay.
Forgot just that quick. But anyway, my point is, life You just got to go with it and just relax as you go and take your time, slow down.
Take your time and be focused on the vital information.
Right, just soak it in.
Focus on what matters.
Focus, yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
can't remember what Sister Faith said to me, but I'm sure I'll remember it later. But as always, instead I'll leave y'all with this. Is, find some elders around you. I know I'm the youngest one in the group, as y'all who see this later on. But for me, I place myself around people that are older than me for a reason. Not just because my mother and father were old, but I learned so much from people that are years ahead of me. And I love to keep it that way because wisdom is a reflection of your knowledge. And I gained so much knowledge from listening to my OGs, these three brothers and sisters of mine right here, as y'all can see, my brother Oliver, my brother Cam, and definitely my sister Faye. My top 3 OGs. So
Okay. Gratitude.
Gratitude.
So
Appreciate you.
with that, thank y'all. Ashe. With that being said, I'm gonna yield the floor. I'm gonna let the man, the founder of the Dry Squad had a last word. As always, take us on out. Offer the floor to either Cam or Faye if they got any last words as well. But
I'm
if
good.
not,
Peace, love.
all right.
Truth, freedom, justice.
Good.
5 to the left, 2 to the right. Oh, you gonna take us on out?
Yeah, let's take it on out real quick. Okay. Well, so tonight was a beautiful build on this happy Mercury day, although I know it's 12, so we in the Thursday. That's Mars Day, but that's okay. That's all right. So we're in Taurus season, so April showers.
That's my season, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, birthday boy on the way.
That's me.
All right. What day?
We got it.
I'll be another year younger next Saturday.
Next Saturday?
Oh, next Saturday? Okay, that's
all right.
What, May 1st.
May Day.
Got you. May 8th.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah. But my thing is like this. Like let's just stay grounded, stay focused. Morals, let's do what we gotta do. Because guess what? The world is waking up. A lot of our people who are coming into this information that honestly and sincerely coming to this information, they seeing the work that we putting in, going with it with more. I ain't talking about just on social media, but out here in the battlefield, out here in the trenches and everything, so on like this. Because I got a brother that's coming to visit me tomorrow, so I will happily autograph his name declaration, judicial proclamation. So that brother there, that young brother there, getting nationalized because he learned a lot just from watching the show.
Yeah.
So that's one thing with that. But like I tell everybody, it's not about me or whatever like that. This about nation building.
Yeah.
All the little bickering and the arguing that be on social media, ignore that. The fake news, look at it, look at the stuff, ignore it, keep it moving, because all it's distraction and it's entertainment and stuff.
All right.
Yes.
Keep your core centered, stay grounded, stay focused here and there, because that's where the building is going at, here and here, but you're doing it simultaneously.
Yes.
And with that said, if y'all want me to end it by taking us out,
just right before you do that, I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I forget, as we were reading the
oral statements,
oral prophecies.
Right. One caught my eye right before she turned it off, and I don't remember who was the narrator of it, but it said.
Hold on, let me get it back for us then. Let me see.
There you go. Cool. Number 34.
take us on out with it then, Cam. What'd it say?
I'll let the brother take us out.
Okay.
Yeah, the Holy Prophet told the Moors to try to live close together. Brother Jamal told me, Brother Jay told me that
Right.
about a year ago, back in February, when he came down here. Say, yeah, need to try to live close together.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense.
You do.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
You do. Me and Faye close to each other, and me and Faye close to Cam because he's in Memphis.
I think he was talking about even closer than that. But
Yeah.
look,
way closer.
Look. When I first got into Islam, the Arab version of it, me and like, I don't know, it might have been about 10, 12 brothers was on a mission looking for property here in the M-Town to move our families close together. It fell apart, but that concept and that idea is a real one. You just want to put that.
Definitely. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Because we're talking about strength, we're talking about protection, we're talking about growth, we're talking about nation building.
I can attest to that. Yeah. My side of the family, my mother's side, that is, her father, my grandfather, they from down in Alabama, and my grandmother, her mom, they Mississippi. But point is, all of them moved from Alabama. I'm talking about a whole lot, not just one or two of the siblings. I'm talking about all of them. Damn near moved here to Arkansas, and they stopped and just stayed here. And now most of my cousins, we all like in the College Station area in Little Rock here, But growing up, I always thought about that. I was like, wow, they all just uplifted just to come one place.
Right.
Yeah. That's how we always done it. That's the whole purpose of those family reunions in the summertime as well. That's another part of Moorish history. One day I'll get into presenting that as a presentation one day. Explaining.
All right, y'all.
Yeah. Brother O, you got a peace and love, everybody. Take us on out. Prayer,
No
whatever
problem.
you do. Mr. Founder.
All right. Let's do this. Everybody, face the east, 5 to the left, 2 to the right.
Right.
Gonna do this. Gotta pay homage. Feet 90-degree angle, 5 to the left, 2 to the right. All right. Allah.
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 The Father of the universe.
Father of the universe.
Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Father of
truth.
Truth.
Father of truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
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 And justice.
And justice.
Yes.
Allah is my protector.
Allah
is my protector.
Allah is
my guide.
Allah is my guide.
My salvation.
And my salvation.
my salvation.
By night and by day.
By night.
By night and by day.
By night and by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Oh, I gotta get that right. Amen.
All right, y'all. We are the Drop Squad, everybody. Good night.
Peace and love. Peace and paradise.
Peace and paradise. Everybody take care. See everyone Sunday. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.